Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it's so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by now. Here's JP.
All right, welcome into a Victory Tuesday as the Buccaneers survive a thriller in Houston. What a game last night. So much to talk about. Welcome into the JP Peterson Show on this Victory Tuesday. We are your independent media source. Thank you so much for joining us. Please jump into comments. We already got a bunch of guys of the Petermans jumping in already. Can't wait to interact with you guys. Comments, suggestions, insults. We will take it all and have a great time this morning. We got 2 hours to get through this. Scott Reynolds going to join us at 10:30. We'll get his perspective from the Peter Report. What an incredible win by the Buccaneers last night. So much to say about this. We got lots of NFL talk to get to. The Rays will do that as well. College football, you know what we do here. It's and we may have a special surprise for you. So good morning to you, IndyCar Tim, from our Dallas affiliate, FanStream Sports DFW. How'd you like that one last night? How'd you like them apples?
Man, look at this. I'm coming off a weekend where I had my Aggies on Saturday night, knocking off the very highly overrated Notre Dame Fighting Irish. I'm coming off a Sunday afternoon where my Cowboys knocked off the Giants in dramatic fashion. And now we've got the Bucs on Monday night in dramatic fashion with what will from now on be called The Drive. Screw y'all in Cleveland. We've got the drive here, okay? Screw y'all Broncos. We have the drive. As JP, there was at no point in that game that I thought the Bucs were going to lose.
No point.
Zero. I had full confidence for some weird reason, maybe for the first time ever, full confidence in the play calling, in the coaching, in the quarterback, and in the receivers. And, of course, your awesome night, the display of what this new Buccaneers rushing attack is.
Wow.
Full confidence across the board for the first time maybe ever.
Well, you covered a lot there, and I want to get to all of it because I think it's all important. And, you know, the first thing that hits me from the game last night was something that Bowles said after the game, that this was I don't know if he used the exact term, but I will. It was a culture win. You know, we talk so much about culture, guys being together. Listen, I have not played football at the collegiate level or at the pro level, obviously. I played it at the high school level, high school, Florida high school, like very competitive. And the one thing you learn about football early on is it tests every bit of your manhood. It tests you emotionally. It tests you physically. It tests you from a spiritual standpoint at times. It tests you mentally, your acuity, your focus. That's why I think it's the greatest team sport. Mm-hmm. It just tests you in every way you can test. And that was a physical game last night. The Texans were bound and determined not to lose a home game and go to 0-2 on the season. You know, D'Amico Ryans is a hell of a coach, and I think he's a great motivator. And guys play hard for him. And they played physically really hard last night. And so did the Buccaneers. This was an absolute slobber knocker last night. I thought it was an extremely physical game. And the Bucs answered on every moment. And they're beat up. The Bucs are beat up. You're starting two tackles that have no business playing tackle against Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter.
Yeah.
Those two are two of the best rush ends, and that should have been the difference in the game, and it was not. It was a factor. It was a huge factor. The Bucs could not run their offense like they wanted to run their offense, but they fought through it. And this is where the culture comes in for me, guys. This is where there was plenty of opportunities for finger pointing last night. There's plenty of opportunities for dissension. It was physical. Things weren't going your way at certain times. Special teams were awful, and that's just a kick in the junk. But you got to just keep getting back up. Gedeke goes down. Now you're down 2 tackles. But these guys just don't blink. They do not freaking flinch. And that's the sign of a really together team. that is pushing this. It doesn't matter. You see it all over the NFL. We got quarterbacks, dismissing their head coach. We got infighting everywhere around the league. There's a lot of alphas, and to keep all these alphas rowing in the same direction is not an easy job. It takes leadership, and it takes that word culture. And these things, when you have games like this that coming down to the wire, that culture is built in the summer, in the off season. And Bowles mentioned this. It said, we train our guys under high duress. And we it's hot out there. We push them in training camp. We push them in OTAs. We push them in the weight room. Our coaches do a great job of building mental toughness. And this was a mentally tough game. And so was last week. This team could be easily 0-2, but they're not. And I would say both of these wins are culture wins because they stick together and they keep fighting. No matter what happens, they don't get down. They keep fighting. Big punt return, big kick return, missed field goal. Doesn't matter. Sack here, injury here. I mean, Baker Mayfield, I'm pretty sure, played that game with a sprained MCL. After that Daniil Hunter sack, which you could see on the replay, definitely bent his knee sideways. Mm-hmm. Dude did not flinch. Fourth and 10, here I go. I'm running. And I loved it. He gets upended by C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and he's about to lay on the ground because he hurt his ankle, right? Or he hurt his foot. And as soon as he started talking shit, Baker popped right up and started giving it back to him. It's like, that's his antidote. You start talking mess to me, I don't even care about my injury. I'm back up in your face. I love that dude. And, this culture win he is the epitome of that, man. He is the epitome of that. And these are teams, these are special teams. We talk about quarterbacks and how important they are in this league. It's because so many of these games come down to the 2-minute. And you got to have a guy that you believe in. And who else would you believe in besides Baker Mayfield? If you're a Buccaneer right now, how many times do you have to see it? That was his 12th fourth quarter comeback, and I think the 6 to 8 of them have been with the Bucs in the last 3 years. I mean, you have supreme confidence. And here's the other thing that I think has been key both weeks, game management. How many times in this offseason did I say, I love the roster, I love the chemistry, I love the culture, I love everything, the coaches, everything they've done. But I'm worried about game management. Are we going to be 2-6 in 7-point games again this year? Nope. We're 2-0. We're 2-0.
How about that?
And I thought game management last night was huge, and I thought it was very different.
It was perfect.
It was perfect.
I was worried at the end. I think we had a comment. I don't remember who said it about you not using the timeouts at the end of the game. Right. And I was like, man, and I was just like, you don't want to leave too much time, right? Like you can make that mistake too. So, man, should we use them here? But man, a couple of chunk plays on that final drive, you don't need to use your timeouts. And you did exactly what you needed to do. You ran the clock out. You scored a touchdown to win the game. Game over. And, dude, last season, that would not have happened.
I agree wholeheartedly. This game management has been tremendous in 2 weeks, especially this game. Right before the half, you used your timeout after the Gaines sack, which led to 3rd and 4 with 3rd and 14 with 48 seconds left. Call timeout. You got the sack. All right, you're probably going to get the ball back with 2 timeouts. And they did. Now, they didn't move it, but they did the right thing. And they got that extra possession. They almost got the punt blocked, which would have been bad, but they didn't. Now, they should have learned from that punt block. Riley Dixon, get the ball off quicker, show a little bit more urgency.
Holy
My God.
Crap.
When they almost blocked one, let's pick up the pace a little bit. Yeah. And it got blocked. So we'll talk about that a little bit later on.
In all fairness to Riley Dixon, I don't know that he's ever had a punt block before. Was that his first?
I don't know.
Like he might not be used to that pressure on, when he was with the Broncos. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't know how to recognize it.
But if you get one almost blocked, you got to pick up the pace, and he did not.
He did not.
He did not.
It was bad.
They saw something in the Bucs protection that they could exploit, and they did it once and almost blocked it, and then got it again. So that's not good. Special teams bad. But back to the culture piece here and the game management. Not only at the end of the half, but at the end of the game, even 4th and 10 with 3 timeouts left, okay, I would, even though Bowles said that was a no-brainer, you got to go for it. I think in years past, he might have punted that ball and leaned on his defense to get the ball back and not done it. I'm just going to say that. But 4th and 10, they go for it in that situation, and Baker picks it up with his feet. Unbelievable. What a run. And did you see that blitz that came at him? They sent 7. How the hell does he get out of that? How the hell did he get out? Trust me, D'Amico Ryan's going, how the hell did he get out of that? I made the perfect call. The heat was on him, and he squeezed through that little piece on the right side, and then there was nobody. And what a run. But just escaping that, he's got a sixth sense for that, man. Baker's got a sixth sense for finding that little sliver of space and getting through it and running for a first down on a bad wheel. What a play. What a play. And then the throw, he had, and I want to say this also, not only game management, but Josh Grizzard, the Grizzard of Oz, I thought was really good last night. People say, oh, I didn't like the play calling. We only scored. Dude, you had a completely new offensive line. Do you know how much that narrows the playbook? Do you have any idea? And the Texans were taking away the screen game. And they were taking away the screen game. And it's like, so where do you go now? You run the football, man. You run the freaking football. 169 yards running. And Rachaad White, I think we have a comment in here. Somebody said, where are our people that wanted to trade Rachaad White? And I was like, no, you don't.
This is why.
Yeah, and I'm a huge Rachaad White fan. I told you he was going to have a big year, and he's going to be better this year, and he was really good last night. Listen, Bucky was great. Rachaad might have been better. Better. They were getting 10, 12. Yeah, they were getting 10 or 12 yards on plays that probably should have got 2, both running backs. I mean, that was huge. And did you see the time of possession? The Bucs had, I think, 11 or 12 minutes more time of possession. Then
37:09 to 22:51.
How about that? That's a huge game changer. Listen, they would have won this game handily if not for the special teams. Yeah. This would not have been close because they were dominating running the football and stopping the run. That was a huge part of the win. Now, I don't know this, and Bowles has not said it, that they allowed them to score at the end, but I don't know. Winfield didn't really go after Nick Chubb with a whole lot of ferocity. Once he broke through the line, and he and both McCollum, I thought, had opportunities to tackle Chubb, but it looked like either they were like, okay, he's gonna get down inside the 1 or 5. We don't need him to bleed. If Antoine Winfield made that computation on the fly, then damn, wow, that's a hell of a smart play.
Yeah, because those angles that McCollum and Winfield, as they said on the broadcast, the bad angles that they took. Yeah. Dude, there's no way that wasn't intentional. They don't make that play like that. That's
right. But I don't know why they're not admitting to it.
Right.
But maybe that's just, I don't know. Maybe they just don't want to. There's a lot of subterfuge going on with the Bucs this year. They're much more, I don't know what's going on. They think they have new security or something, but I don't know. When I get in there this week on tomorrow, I'm going to ask them straight out, Winfield and Bowles as well. Was there any talk of allowing them to score? Because that was a huge key. Yeah, Houston could have bled the clock there, and you don't have a chance to respond. And I think that was a huge difference. Last year, that was the reason why they lost so many close games, because their offense didn't get a chance to respond, or they responded too quickly and left time on the clock, to your point, and the defense did not answer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is why we talk so much about culture. Listen, you can't put your finger on it. You can't go to a stat and go, oh, that's the culture stat. You can't do that. You got to do it with your eyeballs, watching the game and the flow of the game. And I watch so much NFL football. You see teams just fold in these situations. They fold. But not this team. Resilience, grit, toughness, it's all over. It's just on display. And you can't miss it. You can't miss it when you watch this team play. I mean, if you're a fan, isn't that what you want from your team? Just give me everything you got. I'm giving you everything I got as a fan. I'm giving you most of my money, all of my emotion. My entire week's wrapped up in you guys playing for 3 hours on Sunday. I want the same from you. And they're giving it to you. These Buccaneers are giving it to you, man. And it's a fun team to watch. It's an incredible team to root for. And they're 2-0, 2 wins on the road, and they're beat up. I mean, listen, I'm going to tell you what, 95% of the teams in this league are 0-2 in the Bucs situation where they are from an injury standpoint going on the road to play two really good teams. Listen, Atlanta is going to win 10 games. Atlanta is going to win 10 games. That's an improved football team. There's no question in my mind. Defensively, they're much improved, and Penix is the real deal. He is the real deal. They've got weapons on offense. Once they get their offensive line sorted out, I think they're going to be a really good football team. And I think the Texans are a good team. They're struggling a little bit offensively right now, and their offensive line is not great.
It's terrible.
That defense is really good. That defense is good. And the Bucs scored 20 points with two backup tackles against Will Anderson and frickin' Danielle Hunter. I can't say enough about this team. I mean, we can nitpick, and we'll talk about some of the negatives, and there were negatives. But, man, winning games like this in the NFL is not easy. And in the 2-minute situation right now in football, who would you rather have than Baker Mayfield?
You want Patrick Mahomes right now over Baker Mayfield?
I mean, look, Mahomes is a magician. I'm not going to sit here and say,
I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take the Bucs offense over theirs. Yeah. I think the Bucs offense is better than the Chiefs offense, especially right now with the injuries they have.
JP, here's some interesting tidbits that I scribbled down in my vodka induced game watching party that I had by myself last night sitting at my desk.
There's special insight.
Yeah, these are all special vodka brought to you by Tom's Town Distilling Company in Kansas City, Missouri. My first note, what the hell is Bucky Irving trying to do to Baker Mayfield? So this was after the first touchdown that he threw to Ryan Miller. Bucky Irving runs over and he's like hand slapping Baker Mayfield, but he reared back as far as he could, and he gave everything he had. And I swear to God, he hand slapped Baker Mayfield harder than I've ever seen anybody hand slap before in his throwing hand. And I'm like, what are you doing, Bucky? Don't hit him that hard. That's his throwing hand. Like, that's where my brain was in this game.
Yeah.
I also wrote, Will Anderson versus Charlie Heck isn't fair. It shouldn't be allowed in the NFL because that was ugly. We'll get into injuries here in a little bit. JB's got some updates for us. I also wanted to know, why in the hell is Monday Night Football using the worst possible covers of the best songs for their bumper music? Did you notice this?
Wow, this was vodka induced. No, I did not.
No, dude. Like, going into break, they'd be playing a Bad Company song. I think they actually played the song Bad Company going into one of the breaks. But it was like a horrible cover of the song. It wasn't Bad Company singing it.
It was like I noticed some disco version.
Like 2 or 3 times. No, it was just a bad classic rock cover band doing it. Maybe they couldn't get the rights to it. I don't know. But I noticed this like going into 3 commercials.
That's weird.
Like, what is this music? This is weird. I didn't like it. And then I also noticed late in the game, Emeka Ibuka did his best CeeDee Lamb impersonation on that drop. You got to catch that ball. I don't care if you're a rookie. You got to catch that ball on the final drive.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's a rookie drop, and we've already, said he's not a rookie, but that was a rookie mistake.
It was.
I don't know. He was getting wrapped on his upper leg.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a quad or a hamstring, but he had some type of injury he was working through. Yeah. But yeah, he's going to make that. But that's the thing. That's a huge drop. Most teams, you deflate on that, right? Right. But not Baker. 4th and 10. Nope. I'm just going to take off and run for it.
Yeah.
And they bounce back from things like that.
They did. And they did all night. They did all night. And here's another one for you, JP. As I'm watching the Aggies game Saturday night, I'm monitoring X, of course. And I see our buddy Urban Meyer. And this is after, for those of you that don't know, after A&M's very first offensive possession, they got stuffed deep in their own end. They were forced to punt. Notre Dame blocked the punt and ran it in for a touchdown for the first score of the game. All right. Aggies are down 7-0 early. Urban Meyer posts this: block a punt, win 90% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So not only was he wrong about the Aggies, by the way, that's a correct stat. That is, I looked it up. Like, that's very, very close.
Yeah.
So teams that have a punt blocked, especially when it's running for a score, very rarely win. So not only did the Aggies overcome this, you had your Buccaneers overcome this on Monday night.
That's right.
That's a big deal, man. That people don't realize what a big deal that is to overcome a horrible special teams play like that.
And you add to that, you give up a block punt and a big return also. And by the way, I don't know who this Jamoke they got working now for Monday Night Football, this officials expert. Mike Pereira is always, well, I trust him. Right? At Fox, he will go against his brethren all the time. Like, that's a bad caller. This guy says when they pick up the flag, a two-hand shove into the back of Josh Hayes as he's about to tackle the returner. And he's like, oh, well, he didn't extend his hands. He did not? I could see his armpit stains.
Yep.
Are you effing kidding me?
That was horrible.
He's like, oh, I'm glad they picked that flag up. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro?
Awful.
He put two hands in his back and pushed him forward. Like, I mean, it's and then on the same play, Ryan Miller gets held. Like, I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, we want to get the game. Hey, we want exciting games. Let's pick up that flag. Listen, if you're going to pick up a flag, it better be cut and dried that you're picking it up and why you're picking it up. That was anything but cut and dry. That was, I thought, an obvious foul. But be that as it may, 90% of the time you get a punt block, you lose the game. I don't know. Maybe it's 100% of the time you get a punt block and a return like that, and you miss a 38-yard field goal.
Holy crap! What is wrong with Chase McLaughlin? Are we starting to get worried now? Because y'all said after week 1, nah, we're not worried. It's Chase. Well, what about now? Are we worried?
I'm worried, but I'm not making a move. I mean, it's 2 games, bro. And here's the other thing:
3 misses.
I know, but it's 2 games. The guy's been absolutely money for 2 years. He's missed 4 kicks in 2 years. 4 kicks in 2 years. I think you give him some grace. Here's the other thing. There's a different kicking ball rule this year.
Yeah.
They gave all the teams 60 balls before the year to do with as you will, prepare them as kickers will prepare them. And I don't know if the Bucs, it's not just him. I mean, Younghoe Koo was awful last week. A lot of misses to the right, I'm noticing too, for kickers. Now, I am spitballing here, spitballing. But if you inflate the balls differently, they're going to react differently and might go to the right if they're not getting compressed enough. I need to get my kicking expert on here. Actually, I'll call Jacob Enns, who works with a lot of college and pro kickers, and I'll get him on tomorrow and we'll find out what's going on. So you have 2 things. You have different preparation for your balls, and we know how important that must be. And we have a new holder in Riley Dixon. Now, I don't want to blame the holder, but there are 2 things that are new this year: preparation of the balls and new holder. Something's going on. Maybe it's not Chase, because he's been money. I mean, the best kicker in the league, arguably, for the last 2 years. I don't see how you just suddenly lose it.
Okay, let me play devil's advocate for you here before we go to our break. New holder, yes, but he also held in Denver. Yep. So it's not like he's a first-time holder. And watching the field goals all season, he knows what he's doing. He's very confident. He's very secure.
He looks good. It doesn't look like a bad hold. No. It doesn't. No.
And the thing with the balls is, while that's true, don't forget, he also has these balls available to him in practice. It's not like he's kicking these balls for the first time. You had him all off season, all preseason.
I don't know that.
I mean,
do they hold these just for the game?
No.
You don't know that.
No,
you don't know that.
Balls. I don't know that for certainty, but I will guess.
I'm going to find out this week.
Well, please do, because
we will do a complete ball inspection this week.
We're going to do an investigative report on the kicking balls during the games on the JP Peterson Show.
High-level investigation of the balls. Absolutely. That's what you get on this show.
Means JP is going to text somebody here in a minute.
Yes, we will. So, no, I mean, Wednesday, I'm going to ask Bowles. I'm going to ask Chase McLaughlin. We'll be in there, and I'll go ask him.
And I will say this: if they're not letting the teams have the same kicking balls in practice and that they are during the game, well, that's a huge mistake on the NFL's part, and that needs to change clearly.
Yeah, I agree. But I'm not saying this is definitely it. He might just be missing kicks. I don't know.
You think Brady's deflating?
It's very rare for him to miss an extra point and a 38-yard field goal.
What if Brady's getting a hold of these balls and deflating them before he?
Oh, there you go. There has Brady been seen near the balls.
By the way, did you see Tom Brady last night at the Raiders game, watching his team get slobber knocked by a division rival?
By Harbaugh.
Dude, He did not look happy, man.
No, he's a competitor, and he don't
Sitting
like
up
losing.
in the booth.
He don't like losing.
You know what? It took me a minute. I was like, why the hell is Tom Brady at a Raiders game? I was like, oh, yeah, all right. Ownership thing.
Yeah, now he's allowed to do whatever he wants, and I still have issues with that.
I do too. Big time.
Bantry says, great win, but as Baker said, all three phases of the game have to get better. Yeah, listen, again, another C-plus effort in terms of what the Bucs are capable, not effort, but just in the way that they're capable of playing. I'm talking about execution-wise, injury-wise, all that. And you got your 2-0 with 2 road wins against 2 good teams that I think might both be in the playoffs. Insane. All right, quick break. When we come back, we will get to your questions and comments. We will talk to Scott Reynolds at the Pewter Report, get his thoughts. So all that coming up. We are brought to you by the great folks at the Jeeves Law Group, JEEVES lawgroup.com. We'll also hear from Baker Mayfield, his post-game last night. They are local, they are trusted, and they get results. Get a free consultation with them. Just go to jeeveslawgroup.com. Not attorney spokesman offices, Tampa and St. Pete. And the great folks at Onsite Construction FL. They are our first hour presenter. Go to onsiteconstructionfl.com to get on the preferred client list. So if there's a hurricane and you need a contractor, you know who you're talking to. Onsiteconstructionfl.com. Back in 3 with Scott Reynolds. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience Advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. JP here for Riveters, our new official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. And just like our show, no BS, no corporate chain feel, just amazing, authentic folks serving great comfort food in a casual atmosphere at unheard of prices. Riveters is located just south of Raymond James and Steinbrenner Field on Dale Mabry, walking distance to the park. So free parking, great place for pregame and postgame. Let's talk about fresh food. Nothing is frozen. Burgers, wings, prime rib, roasted fresh daily, never frozen. That makes a huge difference. The mahi, the salmon, also super fresh. All our sauces are original recipes made in-house. Our Warhawk chili and fully loaded potato soup is made fresh in-house. It's the best food anywhere, served by people who actually care. Riveters on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of where the Bucs and Rays play. We'll see you there. Are you looking to renovate your home, rebuild after the hurricanes, or build your dream home from scratch? Well, let me tell you about my friend Jason Fawcett and Onsite Construction. They have over 1,450 satisfied clients, 25 years of experience, over 500 designs, and a talented team of over 40 construction professionals. They believe building something exceptional begins by truly focusing on all the details, even the smallest ones. We understand that construction can be a daunting process, and we're here to make it as smooth and stress-free as possible. Quality is non-negotiable at Onsite Construction. We use the finest materials, employ the most skilled tradespeople, and adhere to the highest industry standards to deliver a product we're proud of and that you're going to love. Our project management is meticulous with a focus on completing projects on time and on budget. Your happiness is our primary driver. So give us a call at 813-579-5789 or check out our incredible website at onsiteconstructionfl.com. Are you having legal issues with a business partner or other legal business issues? The attorneys at Walters, Levine, and DeGrave can help. Call 800-616-0384 for a free consultation. At Walters, Levine, and DeGrave, we've redefined what a law firm can be with top-tier attorneys, personal service, and 26 years of success. From business law to civil litigation, we deliver smart, client-focused solutions. Walters, Levine, and DeGrave recently won a $6.4 million jury verdict from a large real estate developer, and they can win for you too. Walters, Levine, and DeGrave. Let's solve it together. Not attorney spokesman. For a free consultation, call 800-616-0384 or go to walterslevine.com. Offices Tampa, Sarasota.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. Is where we roll on this Victory Tuesday. Brought to you by the great folks at Riveters, the official bar and grill of your JP Peterson Show. They had a packed house last night to watch the Buccaneers. 2 NFL games last night. The great happy hour from 3 to 7 o'clock where you get $3 domestics, all the food specially priced. You can get some great deals. Get the buffalo chicken dip for $8. That's a meal in itself. You can get wings for $12, 8 wings. That's a huge meal in itself, and the wings are absolutely fantastic. Great prices. You got to try the new hazy IPA that they make right there in their microbrew at Riveters. Fabulous place to hang out. We appreciate all you folks going over there and visiting and posting on your socials. So check it out, Riveters, Tampa. And by the way, they have a really cool restaurant next door, Boda, which actually across the street is a Mexican restaurant that is fresh food, really, really good fresh food. Way better than Chipotle, but high level, like way better food, fresh stuff, just fantastic. So check that out.
There's something pretty tasty next door to Riveters too, right?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, we won't go there then.
I have no idea what you're talking about. It's zero. All right. Although I did bring my niece, who's a flight attendant for American Airlines, over to Riveters for lunch while she was in town. And we pull up and she sees this odd space capsule, and it's all nude. She's like, "Oh, you only take me to the best places, Uncle John." Picture and sends it to my brother. Love it.
On that note,
let's welcome in the handsome and loquacious best hair in the business, Scott Reynolds, the face that runs the place at Pewter Report. What's up, my brother? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing better than Kalijah Cansey or Luke Gedeke, unfortunately.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
We have not talked about the injuries yet. That's kind of the subtext to a great win last night.
Bring me on to share the bad news.
Way to bring me down. I heard Bowles this morning. Good morning to you, by the way.
Good morning.
And he did not have any additional information. Do you have any additional information?
They're bracing for some bad news with Kalijah Cansey. He's going to go in injured reserve. I think that's probably a given, but whether it's short term or season ending, that's to be determined by these MRIs. If you remember last year, we saw Jordan Whitehead in that Giants game right after the bye week suffer a pectoral strain, and it wasn't torn. He was put on IR, came back for the last couple of games of the season, then ended up on injured reserve due to a car wreck. Mm-hmm. And then we also saw Christian Izien in week 16 suffer a pectoral injury against the Cowboys on Sunday night. That put him on IR because it was just the end of the season. So, we're talking about some missed time here for Kalijah Cansey. How much? And if it's season ending, that's the issue. The Bucs don't believe Luke Gedeke has a season ending foot injury. That's the good news. They're more optimistic right now, prior to the MRI, about Gedeke's return at some point. And we'll see exactly what the nature of that foot injury is and how long he'll be out. But it does not seem season ending with Luke Gedeke. That's the good news there. But again, the team is clinging to some hope, but also bracing for the worst with Kalijah Cansey.
Yeah, watching that replay, he just shut it down. He hit with his hands. Yep. And as soon as he hit with his hands, he just went limp.
Yep.
And
exactly.
That usually means something snapped.
Yep.
Something bad happened there. We're speculating, but And somebody last night said, "Oh, this guy's a bust. Can't see." I hate calling guys busts when they're injured.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean,
it's
there's nothing
the
you
same
can do to
thing.
prevent a pectoral injury. I mean, he
No.
lifts weights, he stretches. I mean, football is not a contact sport; it's a collision sport, and like injuries happen. And I know it's very frustrating to some fans, but it's not like the team trainers are letting this team down. It's just guys get hurt in games. I mean, look at Joe Burrow, like with this toe injury. I mean, is that a training issue? Did he not train his toe well enough, during the off season? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, this is part of the profession. This is what you sign up for. And it's, I'm not trying to make this like a war type thing whatsoever, but it's kind of like you're dodging bullets.
Yeah, of course.
In a shootout here, and you hope to come out of each week unscathed. And it just doesn't happen all the time. I mean, look at the number of quarterbacks in week 2 who suffered injuries. Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels, he's got a knee sprain. He's questionable. Justin Fields for the Jets, probably going to be out with a concussion. He's in the protocol right now. You have J.J. McCarthy, 2 to 4 weeks with an ankle sprain. And then, of course, Joe Burrow. I mean, that's 4 starting quarterbacks in week 2 that are going to be out at least 1 week's worth of action. And for Joe Burrow, it's 3 months. So it's frustrating. No one's more frustrated than the players and then the coaches and the front offices and all that and the trainers. But it's part of the game. And you know what? If you are lucky enough as a team to limit your injuries, and a lot of it is luck, then you have an opportunity to win Super Bowls. I've said it before. I'll say it again. The common denominator between both Super Bowls in 2002 and 2020 is, the Buccaneers had some talented teams, but they were healthy.
Yep.
2 of the healthiest teams in franchise history. Booger McFarland was the only starter on injured reserve. That's the nose tackle. It's like the throwaway position in Monty Kiffin's defense, right? You know what I mean?
Booger that.
Well, it's the truth. I mean,
I know.
You can ask Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks, John Lynch, any of them. I mean, that's just the reality of it. They got by with Chuck Darby and Buck Gurley in that game and didn't miss a beat. And then in 2020, I mean, you lose Alex Kappa in the wild card rounds, but he really only missed 3 games. Aaron Stinney filled in admirably at right guard.
He did well. Yeah.
The only other injured reserve guy was your 3rd string tight end, O.J. Howard, who was behind Rob Gronkowski and Cam Brate. So, the coaches say it all the time. It's not coach speak, it's the truth. The greatest ability is availability.
Yep.
And unfortunately for Elijah Cantz, he's had some very unfortunate injuries.
Yeah, Scott, I kind of termed this a culture win. I think Bowles kind of said that as well. And I took it kind of to another level there on so many levels. And it's just, we've seen bad culture, bad Bucs. And, and it's so funny. Bad culture teams lose close games.
That's right.
All the freaking time. And we saw from good culture teams win these games.
Yeah.
And there's so much to it. And so much of it is mental and physical.
Yeah.
And to overcome both of your tackles going against the 2 best bookends in the game. And Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson Jr., I would say that as a pair, they're as good as it gets.
Yeah.
You have 2 backup well, not even backup. One's playing a center playing out of position. The other is Charlie Heck, who had a great trip. He had his best block was a trip. And well done.
Fantastic trip.
Nicely disguised like a ballerina.
No doubt.
But how do you win that game with in that situation? How do you possess the ball for 12 minutes more?
Yeah, 37 minutes.
And your offensive line is so beat up. For them to run for 169 against that defense with that offensive line is a great testament to 2 really, really good backs.
It is.
Rachaad was fun. Bucky's always great. Rachaad was phenomenal last night.
Yeah, and those 3 players, Baker Mayfield, Rachaad White, and Bucky Irving, literally willed this team to victory. They literally just broke tackles, do whatever was necessary, and that's infectious. Like that spreads throughout the team. Right, Vita Vea's stop on I think it was 2nd down or 3rd down at the goal line was huge. And it was a 2nd down because then he threw 2 incompletions. It's like
they didn't even try to run after that. They were they were like, that's a waste of time. Yeah.
So I didn't ask Bowles this, and I should have this morning, but it seemed to me it wasn't like they were trying to let they weren't trying to let Nick Chubb score at the end of the game per se.
Why didn't you ask that question? I was waiting for that.
Because I forgot. Because I'm really tired. I'm an old man. I'm tired. I slept like 4 hours last night, JP. So cut me a little slack. I'm already
all right. I was in the car, so I couldn't get on. Yeah.
I'll ask him Wednesday. But here's what it seemed to me, and I went back and watched it. It seemed to me that they were certainly trying to stop the Texans and hold them to a field goal, right? That seemed like what they were trying to do. But it's like once Chubb broke into the second level and got to the linebacker level, then he's heading towards the secondary. You could almost see, and I'm not sure if he's a math guy or if he's like an English guy. I'm going to say Antoine Winfield Jr. is a math guy because I'm not. But you could almost see like the little calculations, like Tony Stark, right, with the holograms and the numbers and all that stuff, going through his mind and saying, okay, if I make the tackle here, it's a first down, and they're closer to the end zone, and they still might punch it in, and this is going to bleed clock. Right. So given the clock and the down in distance and all of this and where we are in the game, I'm going to let him score. And that was totally the right call.
Yes, it was. If he did those computations, though, wow.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Winfield's just like, I'm not going to get it. I don't know, but I'm going to give him credit for
he didn't take a good angle, and he wasn't very enthusiastic about it.
Yeah. No. I'm like, it's like, okay, I've already done the computations in my head, and we're going to let him score, and then we're going to get on at Baker Mayfield, drive us down, and let Rachaad White score and win the game, because that's what happened.
Yeah.
But again, that's smart football, and so I don't know, but I'm gonna give Antoine Winfield Jr. credit for being a smart football player, and sometimes you have to do that because you're not battling the other team at that point in time, you're battling the clock, and listen. We have to give Todd Bowles a ton of credit for hiring Zach Beislein this offseason. And this is two stark differences in Monday Night Football games. Last year against the Chiefs, they got down inside the 10-yard line. Bowles is like calling timeout like crazy. Like, what are you doing? And it ended up giving the Chiefs more time at the end of the game to go down and send that game to overtime. Say what you want about the 2-point conversion. I thought those early uses of timeouts in that Kansas City game were really detrimental.
Yes.
Here is bleeding down the clock like Bill Belichick against the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, right? Mm. And although the Bucs had the ball, it wasn't like the Patriots were playing defense. But Bowles showed incredible restraint, and I'm sure Bucs fans were losing their mind. Call timeout! What are you doing? What are you doing? But it worked out great because when they were down inside the 5, and you have the run pass option then, and with 2 timeouts, you can run the ball 2 times and still stop the clock. And so just brilliant timeout usage by Todd Bowles. Boy, I never thought I would say that.
Yeah, nobody's ever said that in the history of the world.
No. But you know what? Listen, credit to him for growing as a coach and listening to Zach Beislein and hiring him, and so far so good.
Yeah. No, I thought, and that's 2 games, really. I said going into the season, 7-point games or less, we got to be better than 2 and 6. And so far they're 2-0. I mean, that's pretty damn good.
No doubt.
And they both of these games were managed extremely well on multiple levels. And so what did you think about the play calling last night of Josh Grizzard? I thought it was fantastic.
It was incredibly adaptive. Yes.
Yeah. The 3rd down call for the Bucs screen for touchdown was pure genius. Caught him in a blitz. I mean, Cody Mock's out there looking for people to block. It was such a good call. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was incredibly adaptive. He adapted so well to not just how the Texans were making adjustments, but personnel, right? Don't have Luke Gedeke, have Charlie Heck. I got to adjust, right? And then you could see the Texans, those ends starting to come alive and do what they do. I mean, you got to give them credit.
Oh,
they're damn good pass rushers.
Really good.
And so it was just instead of trying to do what we should be doing, which is throw the ball down the field and get the ball into Mike and Emeka's hands, it's we're going to run into the heart of their defense. And we know they're a really good run stuffing unit, but you know what? We like our guys.
Yeah.
And we're gonna trust Bucky and Rachaad to get yards after contact, and they did. And they leaned on the interior of the offensive line and took some pressure off those tackles. And I just thought that was brilliant game plan execution and adjustments by Josh Grizzard, who's in his 2nd game. Now, he's still going to take the job. But can you imagine if Todd Bowles said, hey, Josh, I really want to promote you. This is like the offseason. I really want to promote you and have you be the offensive coordinator, just to let you know. In that week 2 game on Monday night, you're going to have Charlie Heck and Graham Barton as your tackles. He might have turned it down. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or he might have given it like, let me think about this. Can I have like the night to sleep on it? But I mean, he did that. And so listen, a lot of fans are kind of upset, where's the 30 points per game and all this? Well, you got a running game this week you didn't have last week. Okay.
Yeah. 12 more minutes of possession time.
Right. Yeah. Let's temper our expectations a little bit. And we have Peter Report kind of gone on record saying, how is Josh Grizzard going to call plays as a first-year play caller? And I've always thought it's going to be somewhere between Liam Cohen and somewhere between Dave Canales. I think he's going to hit the ground running better than Canales did, and I think we've seen that.
Yeah.
But Liam Cohen had a couple years worth of play calling experience in what I call NFL Junior, which is the SEC, right? And when you're at Kentucky like Cohen was, and you're calling plays with a completely outmanned, outgunned roster against the likes of Georgia and Alabama and Tennessee and LSU and Auburn and some really good defenses, and you have to manufacture yards and points. You got to be creative. And so he came into this Tampa Bay system as a play caller ahead of where Canales was, and certainly ahead of where Grizzard is as well. It helps Grizzard has seen Liam Cohen do all of this up close and personal, and having to, we don't have Tristan Wirfs. What are we going to do? We don't have Luke Gedeke. What are we going to do? How do we navigate that? We don't have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. How do we navigate that? He was there getting a front row seat of how to make these adjustments and kind of learn what Liam did. And I'm sure, like every pass game coordinator, they always second guess their bosses. They always say, wow, I would have done this, if I was calling shots. And so now he's got that opportunity to put his own spin on things and do things that he would have maybe preferred to do instead. And so far, so great, I think, for Josh Grizzard.
Scott Reynolds joining us here, Buccaneers Insider, PeterReport.com. All right, let's talk a little bit about the defense. And I thought Vita Vea was huge last night. That goal line stop was good. I mean, Levante, Jiminy Christmas, catch the damn ball. And the funny thing is, who's standing right behind him? Vita Vea. If Levante wasn't there, Vita was right behind him.
And he would have caught it.
That ball.
Yeah. He would have caught it for sure.
He would have caught it with his big belly. He wouldn't have tried to hand it. He's like,
that's
just
true.
Bump.
It would have just absorbed into
it. Would have just gone right into his lap.
Like it does me.
But you gotta get that ball.
Oh, you do.
And then
you do.
I thought Levante, and I heard you mention this on your post game, looked a little slow last night.
He did.
A couple of, there's some open field tackles game 1 and game 2 that I think he gets off blocks and makes.
Yeah.
That be that as it may. But I thought defensively, again, with what they were dealing with, I thought they played really well. People want to get on Zion. Look, man, that first touchdown, it's a perfect throw.
Perfect
an
throw,
unbelievable
perfect
catch by
Beats
Nico.
perfect coverage every time.
I mean, come on, you're in good coverage.
Yeah.
But 2 times on the goal line, they tried to go to Nico, and Stroud missed him because Zion was in good position, and he missed him on the second one.
That's right.
So I thought Zion played great. I thought defensively, look, you've held 2 teams to 20 points or less, or what? Yeah, right. That's
you're averaging 19.5 in terms of scoring defense. That's better than it was last year when it was around 22.5, 23.
Yeah.
So you're a field goal better for sure. Listen, the only thing that's giving Bucs fans angst right now about the defense is the front four is not getting home with the sacks. They had 3 last night, but if we're being honest, it's not Kalijah, Vita, Yaya, and Hassan collapsing the pocket like we all kind of hoped and envisioned it would be, right?
And against a really bad offensive line last night, too, by the way. That is not a good offensive line.
I totally agree. That was an underwhelming element of the game. And then the takeaways just aren't there, right?
Yeah.
But everything else fundamentally is there. I mean, look at the fact they had, 260 yards. They had 10 points at halftime. They gave up an opening score touchdown again, opening drive touchdown. So like that's got to be fixed. But to hold them to 10 points in the first half, and then the only time they got points in the second half was off of a blocked punt. They're already in scoring range. Yep. They actually lost yardage on 3 downs. They went three and out and had to kick the field goal. So that's 3 points that really wasn't even the defense's fault. That was special teams' fault. Then, and listen, I'm over the rules analyst, guys. Like, I'm sorry for this, but it's absolute bullshit that they have to apologize for the officials and stuff. It's like, You didn't see the extension when he had his hand on his back. It wasn't a full locked out elbow, so it was a good opportunity to pick up the call. That is a clear block in the back on Josh Hayes every day of the friggin' week.
It was an awful call.
Yeah, and it's like we don't need people apologizing for the refs. And honestly, I think that's what the whole rules analyst thing is. It's these people there to protect the NFL officials and try to brainwash us with propaganda about, oh, no, you didn't see the block in the back. It didn't happen. BS. It absolutely did happen. But having said that, so you get this long BS return by Jalen Noel, and all of a sudden, this is 2 drives now that started deep inside Tampa Bay territory, not the defense's fault. Right. We already talked about the genius that is Tony Stark / Antoine Winfield Jr. about the computations and the calculations. Yeah, they gave up a touchdown. Other than that, 2 of 9, it's 22% on third down. That's really good. I thought a lot of Todd Bowles' blitzes worked. I mean, you had a Jacob Parrish and Servassier Dennis flushed C.J. Stroud out. Dennis almost had a sack, and it was a third down throwaway that forced a punt. They were not able to convert on 4th and 1. I thought I saw a lot of strides made by the defense in this game. I'm not unhappy about it. I know fans are. You want the splash plays. I get it. But sometimes, the bend but don't break. It's not sexy, but it gets the job done. And I thought it was very effective last night.
Timmy?
Yeah, I wanted to get your thoughts on Jacob Parrish last night. It looks like his snap count was down significantly from week 1, down to just 30 snaps on the defensive side.
Yeah.
He had a solo tackle and a pass defended. What are your thoughts on him early this season? How they're using him, how they should be using him, and going forward? What do you think about him?
Well, that's pretty good. You stumped me there a little bit, so I'm going to cheat and go to my notes here. So the Texans ran 46 plays.
Only.
Right? The Bucs ran 72. So when you say his snaps were down, they were. But when you only are on the field as an entire defense,
right,
for 46
everybody's
plays,
snaps were down.
Everybody's snaps were down, right? Yeah. So having said that, there were times the Texans tried to run the ball unsuccessfully, right? And I think if you go back and look, and I'm just saying this off the top of my head because it's what it seemed to be, the Texans had 12 rushes by Nick Chubb and 3 by Woody Marks. So that's on those 15 rushes. If I had to guess, probably at least 12 of those are out of 12 personnel, 2 tight ends.
Sure.
And in 2 tight ends, Jacob's not in the field. You're going to be in your base defense. So that out of the 46, if you take away another 10 to 12, right, now he's only on the field for at most maybe 30 snaps or so, maybe 32. So I think that's why. Listen, he almost had an interception. And sometimes it's good when you don't hear people's names. You want to see the splash plays and the pass breakups and the interceptions. But sometimes, like, for example, JP, you remember Shelton Quarles before he made that move to middle linebacker during the Super Bowl year, which I thought was a huge, still to this day, underrated move by Monty Kiffin to say, Jamie Duncan, Nate Webster, you're not getting the job done. We're going to move Shelton Quarles from strong side linebacker to middle. Guess what? Quarles was a Pro Bowl middle linebacker that year in the NFC, and that was the key. It wasn't the Brooks, the Barber, the Lynch, the Allstott, Simeon Rice, the Sapp. It wasn't all of the A players that won that Super Bowl in 2002. It was taking C positions and making them B positions that helped them win. And so, to me, Shelton Quarles, the reason why Monty Kiffin made that move to move him from Sam to Mike is because he was an absolute eraser as a strong side linebacker. He would cover tight ends and backs out of the backfield, and you wouldn't hear about him because the quarterback wouldn't throw the ball his way because they were covered. And I think that's kind of what we're seeing with Jacob Parrish. Is he breaks up a lot of passes. So quarterbacks, what that tells me is they're very tight windows. If Jacob Parrish is getting his hands on balls, then they're very tight windows throws, and they're not completions. And it just tells me, and I've got to go back and look at the all 22 later today. It tells me he's doing a great job in coverage. Yeah. Sometimes when you don't hear a guy's name, that's a damn good thing. You want the heroes. You want look at Tyke Smith blowing up Dario Gunbwale for a sack. That's a splash play. But sometimes when guys just do their job, like
just do your job. Dean.
Jamel Dean had a very quiet game, thankfully. right? Sometimes when we say Jamel Dean's name is due to an injury or pass interference or giving up a touchdown. So the fewer opportunities we have to say the words Jamel Dean, the better. And I give Jamel credit for playing a really good game last night from what it looks like at first glance.
Yeah, I thought Dean had a much, much better game than he did in week 1, to his credit. Yeah.
All right. In closing, let's look at this team after 2 weeks, where we're at. I thought they'd be 1-1 after 2 weeks.
Yeah.
They're 2-0. I thought the injuries are starting to scare me. Cansey's a big deal. Not having him means that, by the way, Elijah Roberts, I think, has really played well. He has really played well. And I think it's time for Logan Hall to be better. And I agree. And because I do fear that Cansey's going to be lost for the season.
I agree.
You got to get the 2 tackles back, but they will. They'll get the 2 tackles back. They'll get Godwin back. The Cansey thing is what it is.
J-Mac on the horizon too.
J-Mac on the horizon, right, which we may need.
Yeah.
So I think you got to be thrilled where the Bucs are right now. They could easily be 0-2, but they're not.
Yep.
I love it.
And I think the thing is they checked the big box last night. Winning in primetime was huge, because if they lose that game last night, then the media and the fans, the narrative from last year continues, right? Yeah. Can't win in primetime. And then they're going to have to hear all about that the week of the Lions game on Monday Night Football, and a month or so down the road here. And that's not something that players really sink their teeth into, but you don't want that creeping around the back of your head.
I agree.
You don't want those questions saying, if you're down 10-0 in Detroit in the first quarter, it's like, you don't want the players going, God, what is it? Can we not win in prime time?
Yeah, get rid of it.
Right. So they did that. The other box to check now, if you're Todd Bowles, is let's go ahead and win in week 3, because for whatever reason, this team is 0-3 in Todd Bowles' 3 years coaching this team in week 3, including last year. They got a comeuppance at the hands of the winless Broncos.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a learning lesson. This team can look and say, we can't take Tyrod Taylor and the Jets lightly. Look what happened last year with their rookie quarterback and Bo Nix. They came in here and just stomped us 26-7.
Yeah.
Right. They didn't do anything right that game, offensively, defensively, whatever. So to me, that's the next box that this team can check. We've already seen a lot of improvement. We've seen Todd Bowles with the timeout usage. We've seen them win on Monday night. We've seen them win close games that they usually were losing. Maybe the common denominator too, and I'm going to pull this out from our Peter Report postgame podcast last night. Maybe Chase McLaughlin needs to miss a kick every week, because every time they miss a kick, they win games.
I didn't even get a chance to ask about that.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So
I think
maybe it's a reverse mojo thing, right? Keep missing him,
do
Chase, and I'm just kidding.
I mean, by that definition, let's have a punt blocked every week too.
That's
we're not.
But they're only 1-0 with the punt blocks. They're 2-0 when Chase misses a field goal. But so to me, that's the other thing too. And then of course, for the old timers, let's get a win in that 1976 jersey that has never seen a victory before. So I think this team, if they go 3-0 and they beat the Jets, look out, because they're doing it a little undermanned.
Awful, man.
And this is a gritty team. And let's just hope that the creamsicle curse doesn't continue, because they do much better in red and pewter than they do in orange and white.
Can I throw a wrench in your prime?
We got 3 games in them this year. So
I know.
Yeah.
I got to throw a wrench in your primetime win theory.
Okay.
So in my years of radio and television, we define primetime beginning at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Kickoff time was 6 o'clock local.
Not for the Buccaneers.
Not for the Eastern time.
Not for the Buccaneers.
They were playing in the Central Time Zone.
Yeah. No. I
still count.
I understand, but we're going to take it just because.
Tim's lead analysis today was about the bad bumper music. So he's not having a great day.
Was horrible.
He's not having a great
I thought that was the best analysis of the day so far. Bad cover bands.
I'll say this too. When you look at this team, I asked Todd Bowles this kind of at the end of today's presser. Is this team developing a killer instinct? And I think he wisely said no. But we're showing the grit, the resolve, the determination that is getting us in that direction.
Yeah, winning close games.
Yeah, and I go back to what he says, and it's not really applicable. And sometimes you have to build, right? Sometimes you have to stack game after game, season after season to build to something, right?
No, I think that's the way it always works.
Yeah, it is.
No flash in the pan ever wins the Super Bowl. That never happens. It's a slow
Exactly.
build.
It took that Buccaneer team in 2019 going 7-9, right?
Exactly.
And then you switch out one position, quarterback, and everybody says, "Oh, well, Brady came in and brought them the Super Bowl." He was one out of 20, 22 players, right? Down to
But that roster was building.
That roster
You
was
could see
building.
it.
Yes,
You could see it.
The improvement was there. The offensive line was getting better. The receivers were getting better. The defense was getting better. It was a process, and I think that those close losses last year, combined with, as Todd Bowles accurately said, hey, we practice in the Florida heat.
Yeah.
We practice in situations where
Mentally
it
tough.
requires mental toughness. It requires concentration at the end of periods. And they practice those 2-minute drills all the friggin' time. So when they get used to, or when they're in those situations, they're used to them. They're used to getting those outcomes. And they're doing it against pretty good defense too, right? So there's no gimmies in practice. And it didn't pay dividends last year, but it's paying dividends this year. Just like Baker Mayfield. He wasn't this guy in Cleveland. He wasn't this guy in Carolina. He wasn't this guy in LA. He wasn't this guy under Dave Canales in his first year. He has become this guy each year by getting better and knowing what he can and can't do and when to do it. And that just comes with experience. And it's not like, I get criticized for saying, well, you said Baker Mayfield wasn't a playmaking quarterback in his first year in Tampa. He really wasn't. He really wasn't. He had like 22, 23 touchdowns. I mean, we satisfied with that? I mean, he has become a playmaking quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's important. And this team has learned how to win these close games. And I still think that there are plenty of blowouts on the horizon. I think once this team gets back to full strength,
yes. Yeah.
And they start getting takeaways and winning the turnover battle rather than being neutral at 0-0, you're going to see some Buccaneer blowouts like they had last year.
Are we already more confident in this team at 2-0? I know, this is the 4th or 5th year they've started 2-0. Are we already through 2 games more confident in this team than maybe we were all of last year? I mean, I am. Just based on what I've seen in 2 games.
Yeah, I am. The defense is holding its end of the bargain up. And I think that's the big thing. It was so lopsided last year. It was the offense had to score 30 points per game to give this team a chance to win. And this team hasn't sniffed 30 points per game yet. The defense is holding teams below 20 points. And it's a more balanced football team. The defense is deeper, it's better, it's more talented, and the splash plays and sacks will come. And when they do, look out. This team is going to, like I said, get some big blowout wins. They're going to put 30 points on the board because you're going to have an interception run down to the 10-yard line, and then Bucky's going to punch it in on the next play from 10 yards, and poof, touchdown, right?
Yeah.
So I like the direction this football team's going. If Todd Bowles can find some insect repellent for the injury bug, and just like play with all of his dudes for a couple weeks and get some dudes back, look out. This has a chance to be an NFC power. And I'm just hoping it doesn't stub its toe, because I do want to see a 3-0 Bucs team go up against a Super Bowl defending Eagles team. That's going to be
It should be a Monday night, Sunday night game, but it won't be. It'll be 1 o'clock.
It'd be a 1 o'clock game. Yeah.
All right, Scotty, what's coming up on Peter Report this week? What do we got?
Victory Tuesday podcast at 4 o'clock today. So we usually don't do podcasts on Tuesdays, but I mean, why not? It's a Victory Tuesday. So we're doing one at 4 o'clock today. I'll have a Bucs bright side, which won't mention special teams at all because it's not a bright side this week.
Today.
Yeah, it's all pure positivity. It's all rainbows and unicorn kisses and sunshine on my Bucs bright side videos. Some people do. Some people appreciate hearing nothing but good news, and I'm here to deliver.
You're not going to talk about Servatier Dennis today.
And then there's Bucs Basement. Cannot stand any positive.
I should do a Bucs Basement. Yeah, here's the highlights. And for you people that are masochists and are into personal pain and torment, this podcast is for you. Yes. We're going to do a video based upon everything that sucked in the win, and I'm going to keep it positive with the computer positivity.
All right, Scotty. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you.
You got it, guys. Take care.
Great. Scott Reynolds right there. All right, we got a special surprise coming up, Timmy.
All right.
Orestes Estrada is in the house, and he brought a friend, Matthew Boyer. Am I saying that correctly, his last name? Or is Boyer, right? He is Ipe's bookie, Shohei Ohtani's bookie. And he is also was a bookie to 700 celebrities, tech giants, and athletes. He's got stories to tell. We got him. He's going to join us at 11:30. He's got an incredible schedule because he's got to go to jail in a little while. But he's got great stories to tell.
We've all been there, JP. We've all been there.
We've all been there. Yes, we have. Yes, we have. Yeah, we've all, unfortunately, yes. So we got that coming up at 11:30. But we're gonna get you Baker Mayfield. I want to get to all of your comments here, as many as I can, in our next segment. So quick break. We'll come back with all that great stuff in the second half. We're brought to you by the incredible folks at Genesis of Tampa. You've got to go see these incredible cars in terms of technology and comfort and performance. And they've got the SUV is absolutely fantastic. It's top of the line in every. I love the massagers, the back seats. Oh, it's fantastic. The heated seats. Yes, sir. It's fantastic. You get. And the value that you get from the Genesis is it's unparalleled. So go by Genesis of Tampa. It's right here in your neighborhood, just off of Nebraska and Bears, right there at 801 East Bears, and tell them JP sent you. Back in 3. Stay with us. The Golden Diamond Source is working every day to be your family jeweler. Right now, a $5,000 engagement ring with 0% interest can be yours for just $83. So don't let the holidays sneak up on you this year. Now is the time to get ahead with their in-store layaway. Trade in your old jewelry for cash. Gold has never been higher. The Golden Diamond Source is offering the highest ever trade-in values for your gold and diamond jewelry. Now is the time to get your holiday shopping started. So come in now, relax, shop, and save at the Golden Diamond Source. We love Julie and Steve Weintraub, great local philanthropists, and you can find them at 3800 Olmerton Road in Clearwater, where you'll always find the perfect gift, only at the Golden Diamond Source. Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. JP here for the Jeeves Law Group and my man Scott Jeeves, who lives right here and has long been a highly respected member of our community. He's a proud sponsor of the Tampa Riverwalk. Jeeves Law Group is also a proud sponsor of our Grand Central District in St. Pete and has neighborhood events throughout the year. He has an office on Central Avenue in St. Pete and one on South Howard in Tampa. You can't get more local than that. So when you need an attorney, you're going to hire some huge firm that advertises all over the state or the one that supports your favorite sports show. It's the Jeeves Law Group. We're local, we're trusted, and we get results. For personal injury and personal attention, call us for a free case evaluation. That's 8889-JEEVES. That's 8889-JEEVES. With this record heat in Tampa Bay, you better have your AC unit running at peak efficiency. Third Generation Plumbing installs the best American standard AC units. Our split systems offer the highest efficiency available while reducing energy bills and maximizing comfort. That's why Third Generation Plumbing trusts American standard air conditioning, built to last, made to perform. Whether it's a new install or an emergency repair, our family-owned team brings 3 generations of trusted service to your home, now with the unmatched reliability of American Standard. Plumbing or cooling, we've got Tampa covered. Call Third Generation Plumbing today, 813-961-8024, or go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com. And we also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Grouper Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here as we roll on here on this Victory Tuesday. What's up? We're brought to you by the great folks at the Golden Diamond Source. You're always, if you want to start shopping for the holidays, you got to go to the Golden Diamond Source. She wants something shiny and new. By the way, bring in that old gold jewelry, that old Guido chain that you got from high school that you've been keeping like you're going to wear it again. Just bring it in. They're paying big money for gold now. So bring it in and then get your wife something sweet for the upcoming holidays, and then your shopping is complete. You don't have to worry about it. It's all done. Golden Diamond Source is the place to go. And, of course, if you're going to get that ring, you're going to propose on Christmas like I did a few years ago, then you got to go to the Golden Diamond Source. They're not going to upsell you. They've got the best selection, and please, please get a real diamond. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. That's a really bad idea. Golden Diamond Source is where you need to go, 3800 Elberton Road, always online at thegoldendiamondsource.com. All right, my friend, you want to get to some of these great comments we got coming in here today?
Do it.
All right. Sam Rivera. I haven't seen you in here, Sam. Welcome. How much longer can we keep Dennis, Savassier Dennis? Okay, listen. If you looked at the tape last week, he played the run tremendously well. Couple of bad plays. One play out in space with Bijan Robinson with a 25-yard go. I mean, bro. That's a tough. No, very few linebackers in this league are going to make that tackle. All right, and then the other one was a mistake. He came up on him, threw it over the top. Can't let that happen. Yesterday, there was another play in the flat, okay, and it looked like Dennis was the prime, but as soon as he got out there, he was like pointing like, where's my help? Where's my help? And Bowles even said it today that was a miscommunication. There was a little crossing pattern right there, and they were supposed to switch off, I would guess. So that wasn't on Savassier Dennis. I'm not trying to make excuses for the guys, but I'm just telling you what's going on. So let's go easy on Savassier Dennis. He's still a young player. He's a 5th-round pick. It's not like he's the 5th overall pick in the draft. Okay, so let's chill a little bit. And it's good that you have Deion Jones as a backup that you can bring in anytime. So I would kind of chill on the Savassier Dennis stuff because he's playing the run really well. Did Yaya Diaby play last night? I didn't notice him, says Michael LaRue. He was rather absent. Against this offensive line, there need to be guys winning one-on-one battles.
Hassan Reddick?
Yeah, where's Hassan Reddick? I'm going to look at the all-22 today, but my feeling is every time we rushed forward, there was little to no pressure, and that's got to change, especially against that team. With a backup center, I know the center that they used played a lot last year, but he was replaced for a reason.
That was a terrible offensive line.
Ethan Elliott, good morning to you. More right rudder, good morning to you. John Hill, good morning to you. You're not tardy to the party. You can come here anytime, my friend. Ice Cube Jones says Bucs win, baby, although it looked like they tried to screw it up just before the half. No, they did it well at the half. They got the extra possession. They just didn't have any success. Sometimes the defense wins, okay, but you did it the right way. Stupid play calls. You know, guys, I see this all the time. If a play doesn't work, it doesn't mean it's a stupid play call. You know, the defense gets paid too. All right. So
I thought the play calling I thought the play calling on Grizzard's part was excellent.
I thought it was great.
I would not call it
the first 3rd downs. Yeah,
I would not call it a master class, but to his credit, as a rookie play caller, a lot of times you can panic. I never felt like he panicked. They were stuffing you on the edges with the screen passes and with the outside runs, but you got to stick with it. And he did. He did not abandon the game plan. I thought he was fine. You got
your whole offensive line is mixed and matched.
Yeah.
Like that takes away a lot of the playbook, and they were taking away the screen game. I thought he called a great game, to be honest with you. In that situation, to run for 169 yards, and they were running up the gut, and they kept doing it. They kept executing it. I thought he called a great game, so I'm going to have to disagree with you there. Kenneth McCleary says Baker keeps taking a licking and keeps on ticking, and yeah, I think they'll take him over Joe Burrow too. You're damn right I would. Seriously, I think he's a better fit for us than Joe Burrow would be. I'm not trading this quarterback for anybody.
Yeah,
even Mahomes. Sorry, that's my guy. That's just my guy. And the numbers bear it out. He's got better numbers than Josh Allen over 2 years. The MVP, better numbers, way better numbers, actually. You know,
Caleb Williams.
The numbers game, I'll play the numbers game. The 4 quarterbacks in the history of the league that's over 70% completion percentage, 4,500 yards, and 40 touchdowns. He's one of them. So you want to play the numbers game, fine. And if you want to play the eye test game in terms of intangibles and leadership, nah. Again, I don't want a quarterback with a closed stylist.
And by the way, look at some of these quarterbacks around the league, way younger than Baker Mayfield. And not that he's old, but you look at your Jaden Daniels, you look at your CJ Strouds. Look what happens to them when they've got a makeshift offensive line in front of them.
Yeah.
How their game just freaking collapses.
Disaster.
Baker's might be playing better with a makeshift offensive line.
Yeah, he's such a playmaker and has a sixth sense on when to run. And how he got out of that, and I were just talking about that. How he got out of that 4th and 10 blitz, incredible. I have no idea. It's just will. It's just will. James says, how many teams overcome a block punt and a long punt return? None. I've said 12-5 because of their culture. Baker, if healthy, will retire a Buck. Oh, I hope so. I want him to play here for another 7 to 10 years. You know, I mean, if Rodgers can play into his 40s, listen, I think Baker's a little bit different.
Yeah.
I don't know. Obviously, Brady, he played so long because he didn't play because of his athleticism. He just needed a strong arm and the best mind in the history of the game. And that doesn't age as quickly. James says, how about Aikman all night thinking Bucky was Bucs' only running back? Joe Buck kept employing the name Rachaad White, but Troy never got. I know.
I never got that.
And this is why I said for this when people are saying trade Rachaad White, I'm like, no, you guys don't understand how valuable this guy is, and you got to have 2 good backs, if not 3.
Which the Bucs do. They have 3.
They do.
If they want to use Sean Tucker, he's there, and
he'll be. Trust me, at some point this year, Rachaad and Bucky took a pounding last night, the both of them. And they played great.
I was a little surprised we didn't see a little bit of Tucker last night.
Yeah. But the other 2 were just so damn good. And Rachaad took a shot in the ribs when he recovered that fumble, which by the way saved the game.
Yep.
Another great play by Rachaad. Heads up play. I don't know how he got that fumble. Honestly,
yeah, because if he didn't get that fumble, we're talking some shit about Baker Mayfield today.
Oh yeah, and he just dropped that ball. He just dropped it.
Yep.
Michael LaRue says the Bucs averaged 5.6 yards a run and 5.7 yards per pass attempt. What's up with the passing game? Guys, geez, Pete's, man.
It's a tough crowd, man.
You act like there's no defense out there. I mean, it's a freaking Texans defense, and the team was 0-1. D'Amico Ryans has them playing with their freaking hair on fire. They got the 2 best rush ends in the game going against the backup tackles, and you guys want us to throw for 350 yards, 7 steps back and let it go. Jesus Christ.
That was never going to happen last night.
I mean, I don't want him taking 7-step drops with that pass rush. Are you kidding me? No, short passing is what needed to play last night. I'm yelling at you, Michael LaRue.
If Baker's taking 7-step drops last night, he doesn't finish the game because he's on a stretcher leaving the field.
Yeah.
Is that what you
want?
want?
Mr. Smith says pay Baker whatever he wants.
Yep.
Yes, you're right. But that's the thing. He's not going to demand that. He's not. Because he gets it. He gets it. And that goes back to culture.
Yeah.
Goes back to culture. Scott Valdez says Texans were gassed for that last drive thanks to our running game. Yes, Scott, great point. Great point. They were down. Look at how many plays they were out there for. I think 71. 12 minutes more possession time for the Buccaneers. That's great play calling. You know how hard it is to keep running the football when you get stuffed a couple times? Most play callers just abandon the run. I mean, when you get stuffed twice, they're like, oh, forget it. No.
The
He
Bucs
kept
ran
going at it.
72 plays. The Texans ran 46.
Huge difference.
And by
that's
the
why
way,
he's right. They were gassed at the end.
Here's another aspect that we haven't talked about of the Bucs defense showing up. The Texans were just 2 of 9 on third down, 0 for 1 on fourth. You win third down, you win the game.
And fourth down. Douglas Batista says the Chubb fourth quarter touchdown was a blessing. I looked at my buddy and said, this is good. Time on the clock for Baker to do his thing. What a drive to end the game. Yep, absolutely.
But would we have thought that last year? Like, I don't know that we would have thought that last year. With the crazy lack of clock management and the bad use of timeouts, I don't know that last year in this position, especially late, when they had a terrible record in one-score games, I would have thought like, man, I don't know, that's the game because they're going to somehow mismanage the clock in the last drive.
No, I was like, let him score. Let him score.
But this year I didn't. Yeah, this year I didn't have that mindset. Like I was like, yeah, no, this is it.
Bottom line is you have to manage these games to have the ball last, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes, because your defense is not going to. And it's hard. Listen, you give any team 4 downs, 2 timeouts. The chances are, if they're a decent offensive team, and most teams, you have pass catchers and runners that, this is the NFL. They're going to score. They're going to score with 4 downs. So you got it. That's why you got to have. It's almost. Listen, I covered arena football for a long time. And you had to, I mean, there would be 7 possessions in the last 3 minutes because every team's trying to make sure that they're the last ones with the ball. And that's almost how the NFL is becoming. It's like, I don't care if they score, as long as we have it last and we can take the lead, we're good.
Did you cover the Predators?
Yeah, but mostly the Tampa Bay Storm.
The Storm, yeah.
Yeah, the great Jay Gruden, the Tampa Bay Storm. Tim
Whatever
Markham.
happened to Jay Gruden, man?
Yeah, I know, right? He's collecting his money, sitting on the beach, enjoying
Still getting
life.
paid by the Redskins.
Yeah, exactly. What's happened to Jay Gruden? The greatest thing ever. Retirement
for him. Yeah.
Please, somebody pay me $7 million, $25 million to stop coaching.
He's calling his brother like, dude, why are you so anxious to get back, man?
I know. Give it a rest, for God's sake. Stop opening boxes and asking the coach. Jesus, take a break. 62 years old.
Join me in Hawaii.
The hell's wrong with you? I know, right? If I got that, somebody paid me $72 million to go away, Jimbo Fisher, you would never see me unless you came to Positano on the beach. You'd
still
never
haven't seen Jimbo, so maybe that's what he's doing.
Oh, no, he's the same thing. He's living in Tallahassee now, banging on every door to get back in.
I just don't understand, man. I thought he went home to West Virginia for a while.
No. Lonnie says this team was going down swinging yesterday. Baker is a leader of men and represents Tampa Bay perfectly. I know. That's what I love about him. His demeanor just fits Tampa Bay perfectly, man. It's perfect. Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, let's play the Baker Mayfield from last night. This is our warrior. This is our quarterback. This is my guy. This is your guy. After the game, I love his demeanor. He's got a great sense of perspective and sense of humor. So,
after the beating he just took in that game, and this is his attitude. You ready?
Yep.
Yes. What did you think of the game Rachaad White had for
smiling?
I thought he did great. Obviously coming in and taking advantage of his opportunities. Physical running, really breaking some tackles and opening up the run game, a spark that we needed there when we were kind of stalling out on offense. And, I thought he did a great job.
How did you find that they were playing the looks that you guys featured Rachaad, the looks that you featured Bucky? How did Bucky complement Rachaad?
Yeah, they did a good job keying into some of the screen game, to be honest with you. And hats off to them for that. But I love the 1-2 punch that we have, and it's nice to be able to rely on those guys. And they're both so good in the pass game, being able to extend plays and catch the ball naturally. But Rachaad, he played a hell of a game. Obviously, Bucky on that 2-minute drive, being able to, I didn't get to see it, but obviously he extended the play for a long gain. Yeah, too many self-inflicted errors there in the middle of it. Obviously, they did a good job of doing some adjustments. Petrie went down for a little bit there for the first half, and so a little bit of a mix-up personnel-wise and schematically that they were doing that we needed to adjust to. But, and then coming into the 2-minute situation, something that we drill all the time, and just relying on our guys to be able to make plays and doing the little things right.
They had 2 elite edge rushers. You lost both tackles, essentially starting with 2 new guys. What can you say about the fight they had, and just how aware were you of that, or you're clocking your head?
Yeah, I mean, healthy O-line or not, those guys are still damn good. It doesn't matter who you have out there. So it's they're studs. And, yeah, for me, just trying to get the ball out quick, and that's why, they made some adjustments early on. That some of those easy throws were there, but then they obviously fixed that. So trying to move through it and get to the other side of the reads or progressions quicker. But, they did a good job. Yeah, me and my buddy Chauncey in the open field. Just obviously they did a good job adding on the press. It wasn't like a all-out zero blitz, but when the back blocks, the backer and man coverage adds on. So fortunately, was able to get out of that one and get through. And then, just seeing green grass and 4th down, 2-minute drive, trying to do anything it takes to get a chance to win. Yeah, I mean, similar to what I told you guys last week, in these 2-minute close games, we were not on the right side of things for the past couple of years, and it's good to see that we haven't even played close to our best ball in all 3 phases, and we're still finding ways to win on the road, and that's really important, is to not lose sight of that. We're finding ways to win, but also we do need to get things fixed. Some of these games can make it easier on ourselves and try and put teams away earlier, but this is a good team that we played, so we expected a hard-fought battle, but it's nice to be on the right side of it.
What do you say about the offensive linebacker that kind of held together after some injuries and kind of their front?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's pretty aggressive the way they held up.
Yeah, I thought they did a good job. Truly did. I mean, like I said, those guys they're gonna win their matchups every once in a while. That's just the way football works. They get paid to. But yeah, for the most part, they blocked when they needed to in critical moments and found a way to win.
You guys let the clock run down there, but you had some timeouts. Did you figure that Rachaad would be getting it and getting in right there? Was that the way to go at the 2?
Yeah, no, I love the play call. I love the mentality, getting down there on the 2-yard line, bringing big personnel in, seeing if we can punch the run in. If not, call a timeout. Probably do it again. But yeah, obviously a play that installed for the short yardage stuff and did a good job executing. And Rachaad, yeah, good to see him get a touchdown there.
Mike was saying you guys practice religiously. It takes a big chunk of preparation. How much confidence do you guys have?
I have a lot of confidence in our guys. It's in those moments when you're moving the ball down the field, defenses can't get certain blitzes and coverages dialed in. So it's a lot of basic fundamentals. And so for us, it's relying on the day one installs and the drills, like we said, they do 2-minute all the time. Being able to know that you have all those reps in the bank and relying on that and all the looks and taking the checkdowns, the easy throws, and obviously guys making plays, being able to get out of bounds and extend the drive.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Baker. Touchdown maker. Awesome dude. Just the best. Honestly, I mean, we could sit here and debate who the best quarterbacks are, but as far as a fit for this team, he's my guy. My guy.
Yeah.
He can do everything you need a quarterback to do. He can run, throws on the run, makes plays, improvises, super smart at the line, great leadership, tough. I mean, what more do you want? What more do you want from
And
this guy?
I still think what's so funny about all of this, and when I say funny, I mean literally comical, is the Browns' current situation. And I guarantee you, Baker never had the support in Cleveland as a number 1 overall pick and Heisman Trophy winner that he has in Tampa Bay. And look, all they had to do was support him a little bit, man.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying the Browns would be where the Bucs are right now, but they could be very close with some good drafting. And now they're dealing with all of that garbage up there, and Baker's just smiling, making his money, and he's a Super Bowl contender now. I love it.
The 3 most important things in sports, professional sports: ownership.
Cheerleaders.
It all starts at the top. And
4.
that Cleveland is a disaster.
It's such a disaster.
People just throwing darts.
By the way, the Bengals aren't far behind them.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it's an Ohio thing.
Probably.
RJ Martin says people really underestimate how hard it is to win in the NFL. Starting 2-0 against teams we couldn't beat the last 2 seasons is huge. And on the road.
Yeah.
On the road with all these injuries to your offensive line.
Hadn't even been home yet.
It's insane. So hard to do. And that just means the Bucs are pretty damn good. All right, we'll take another break. When we come back, we may have Matthew Boyer. We may not. If we don't have him, we're going to have him later on in the week. He's got a tight schedule. So we're going to do the Orestes Estrada show again today, and he will be on that. So either way, we're going to have Matthew Boyer on. It's a great story. Cannot wait to chat with him. We'll do some more Bucs when we come back, do a little around the NFL. Whatever comments and questions you have, we'll get to the rest of them. When we come back, we're brought to you by the great folks at Kingmakers Tampa. We're coming to you from our Kingmakers Tampa studio here. This incredible place where you can work during the day or play during the day. You can do that too. We got a golf simulator here. We got a sports bar. We got some private offices, got a great stylish conference room for you. We got a production studio you could also use. It's all part of the Kingmakers Tampa private membership. We have opened it up for memberships, and they will not last long, folks. There's a limited number. So go to kingmakerstampa.com and get your tour today. Back in 3. Stay with us. JP here for Riveters, the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. We're located just south of Ray J and Steinbrenner Field, so it's a great pre- and post-game spot, and the happy hour is amazing. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Check out these specials. $3 Bud Light drafts, $4 domestic bottles, $5 wells, $6 premium wells, $6 cocktails like margaritas. That's unheard of. And the Riveters food is freshly made daily. No freezers. Happy hour food specials include $3.50 tacos and barbecue sliders. $6 you get edamame or chips with the beer cheese, which is amazing. $8 buffalo chicken dip, my favorite. The truffle fries, chili cheese fries, also $8 at happy hour. As well as other specials throughout the week, including Taco Tuesdays, you get $3 tacos, and Wing Wednesdays, 7 o'clock to 1 a.m. in the morning, you get our amazing wings, 5 for $5 and $5 wells and wines. That's a good Wednesday night. So if you're tired of the preppy, overpriced generic sports bars, come see the amazing, friendly bartenders and staff at Riveters, where customer service really matters. Riveters, just south of where the Rays and Bucs play. We'll see you there. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. JP here for my friend Jason Fawcett, owner of On-Site Construction. They do residential and commercial renovations and new construction. As a leading home builder and general contractor, On-Site Construction prides itself on transforming homes through superior craftsmanship, dedication to client vision, and an unmatched commitment to quality and service. It's about building relationships. We take the time to understand our clients' needs, preferences, and budgets so that we can deliver a personalized experience tailored to their unique vision. From the initial designs to the final touches, we're there every step of the way, ensuring that the end result mirrors your vision. Here are some testimonials from happy customers. G. Gibson says, no hidden costs, very honest, reliable, creative, and communicates well. reasonable and fair with their pricing, no hidden costs. C. Smith said, did not disappoint. I'm very happy with the work. This company really cares and will take care of it. So if you're just thinking about building or renovating, give us a call and let's see what's possible. 813-579-5789 or check out our website at onsiteconstructionfl.com. Are you having legal issues with a business partner or other legal business issues? The attorneys at Walters, Levine, and DeGrave can help. Call 800-616-0384 for a free consultation. At Walters, Levine, and DeGrave, we've redefined what a law firm can be with top-tier attorneys, personal service, and 26 years of success. From business law to civil litigation, we deliver smart, client-focused solutions. Walters, Levine, and DeGrave recently won a $6.4 million jury verdict from a large real estate developer, and they can win for you too. Walters, Levine, and DeGrave. Let's solve it together. Not attorney spokesman. For a free consultation, call 800-616-0384 or go to walterslevine.com. Offices Tampa, Sarasota.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by Bay Area Modern Medical Center, BAMMC.com. You can go there and get the information on having a personal concierge as your doctor, Chris Lugo. He is mine. He should be yours. He works in conjunction with my insurance, but you pay him a fee, a nominal fee. It's much less than you would think, but he directs all your medical decisions. And folks, let me tell you, if you have a primary care, hopefully they speak English better than mine. But if you have one, they're going to get you in and out in 15 minutes, probably prescribe something you don't need. What Lugo does is he looks at your blood work and finds solutions to your issues, not just your symptoms, but your issues. If it's weight, if it's energy, if whatever it is, he'll find the solution, get you the right supplements, and you're on your way to living a healthier life. Trust me, folks, the way the insurance situation is set up right now, they are not in your corner. So get somebody who is going to be an advocate for your health and knows what's going on. And that's Chris Lugo at Bay Area Modern Medical Center, BAMMC.com. So give him a call, get your free consultation, and figure out what it's all about. Just have the conversation with him. I think you'll find it's very beneficial for your overall health. All right, back to, I wanted to mention this real quick. So Tom Brady was in the coach's booth last night with a headset on.
Yeah.
And he's talking to Chip Kelly 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And then Pete Carroll's come out last night and says, called a report about Brady and Kelly speaking multiple times per week, not accurate. But then said after the Monday night game, I talked to Tom. We have conversations. Chip talks to Tom regularly. We have a tremendous asset. We all get along and respect each other. We just talk about life and football. He has great insight, so we're lucky to have him as an owner. Well, which is it? And he's calling games and getting special access? What are we doing?
As a broadcaster.
Like, even if I'm the Bucs, I'm like, yeah, buddy, we love you. You're the best. Thanks for the Super Bowl, but we're not giving you any inside information. Hell to the no.
No.
It's a really weird deal, is it not?
Yeah, I don't understand it because when this first went down about him potentially having ownership in the Raiders, that was the first question. Well, is he going to have ownership access or is he going to have broadcaster access? Like, those are two entirely different things with other teams. As the broadcast team, I initially heard he wasn't going to be allowed into the meetings during the week.
Right.
With the opposing players.
All that.
But now he is. He's in all of those meetings as an opposing team owner.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know why the other teams allow it. I don't know why they allow it.
Well, I've been in these production meetings, and they can be very, depending on who you're working with, the coaches and the coaching staff you're working with, they can be very illuminating to inside information. And that's, they ask a lot of things that they wouldn't dare answer in a public press conference. It's part of the unwritten rules of the broadcasting business, or the written rules, that they have to have access. They do these production meetings, and they will typically give you information as background, like on injuries and other things that you wouldn't see out into the normal press. And if Brady's involved, I'm not doing that. No way.
No, and if you're on Brady's broadcast team, Kevin Burkhardt, and apologies, I can't remember who the sideline reporter is on their broadcast, but you're doing them a disservice.
Aaron Andrews, by the way, I think. Pretty sure.
Oh, is it? Okay, I can't remember if she still even existed anymore.
Hey.
No, I just haven't seen her in
My
forever.
girl.
I guess I haven't seen a Brady broadcast in a while. Dude, now they don't have the insight that they need unless they have an entirely separate meeting now, because you're not going to divulge team secrets to Tom Brady in a broadcast.
I'm not even going to tell Burkhardt because he's going to tell Brady.
I don't know about that. I would trust Kevin Burkhardt to be professional about it, but maybe not.
And that's no shade on him. It's just human nature. I don't know. I wouldn't give it the opportunity. That's for sure. If I'm the Buccaneers, I'm like, we love you, but we ain't giving you shit. No. Yeah. Joel Forsland says Chase should be cut today. Come on, bro. Come on.
God, it's a tough crowd, man.
I know.
Imagine if y'all were Cowboys fans, how you'd be.
He wants to get rid of the punter too. Says our punter sucks too. Took too much time all night to punt. You don't just get rid of guys. You can fix it. You can work on things.
Riley's one of the best punters in the league, and he's way better than what you had the last few seasons.
Yes. Greg DeCruz says Bucs had block punt for touchdown in Super Bowl. Haven't said that their special teams have to get better in a hurry. What? A block punt for touchdown in the Super Bowl? Did I miss something? I don't remember that.
Which Super Bowl?
Yeah, I don't remember that. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Sorry, Greg. Help me out on that one. James says the ESPN ref was a joke. This guy has money on Texans, then Baker. He made excuse for that too. Yeah, new guy. I haven't seen him. His new guy.
I'd never heard of him before.
Yeah, and he just seems to be just an apologist for the referees. Yeah, that's just. I know what we'll do. We'll just get a guy that comes on, and when we make these stupid ass calls to keep games closer, he can justify it. Because it works most of the time. Most of you people are too dumb to think for yourself. That's evident by a lot of different stuff. He said that it wasn't a block in the back, so it must not be.
Look, unless your rules analyst is Dean Blandino or Gene Steratore or maybe one or two other guys who I would recognize.
Pereira, I trust.
Mike Pereira, absolutely. Then I don't want to hear them. I don't know who they are.
Yeah, I don't know who that.
And they're just another talking head.
We got a super chat. Thank you, Jimmy J. Vorger. We appreciate you supporting independent media. It means a lot to us. So thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. He says, now that the Rays season is done and sale updates, are they just any paperwork phase now? Are there any sale updates? No updates except the fact that it's going through. I haven't heard anything to the opposite. So I would, they're not going to update us every day. It's just going to, when there was a separate September 15th day deadline or date that Ken Rosenthal put out there. And I know that the owners were supposed to vote last week on the new group. So I just, at some point at the end of this season, we're going to have a press conference and we're going to move on. So yes, by the way, for those of you who are ripping me for wearing Cubs gear to Wrigley Field, I'm not wearing Rays gear until the team is sold. And I rooted for the Rays. We rooted for the Rays. I will always root for the team.
I call foul. I'm throwing a flag, JP.
That's all right. You can.
You don't have to wear Rays gear, but you're going to wear the opposing team's gear in their stadium, yet still cheer for the road team.
Well, the Cubs player got me the tickets, not the Rays.
Did you wear his jersey?
I wore a Cubs shirt. Thanks for the tickets. The Rays want to step up and give us tickets, I'll wear your Rays gear. But as long as you won't even credential us.
Well, then why would you
try to get us fired? All the nasty things you do as your ownership group? No. I'll root for your players. I'll root for your team, which we did, and we won. But I'm not wearing your gear until it's sold. There you go. That's my little protest.
That would make sense if you just said I was rooting for the Cubs.
Joel Forsland says 3 easy misses inside off carpet. Listen, dude, everybody's missing kicks.
There's no such thing as an easy kick. All right.
That's right.
Ever.
It's not, and you just don't throw. So who are you going to go get? Who are you going to go get
Unless
there that's
Brandon
on the street
Aubrey.
that you're 100% sure is going to make every kick under pressure? I mean, come on now.
You know what?
Pretty damn good. And we're
broadcasters do kickers a disservice 1,000 times a game when they say, oh, here's a chip shot. This is a chip shot. There is, dude, I'm good friends with an ex-Cowboys kicker. All right. And he was pretty good. And he will be the first to tell you, dude, there is no such thing as a chip shot in the NFL. Every kick is different. You have to, he said, I don't care if it was a 25-yarder or at the time that he kicked an extra point when it was the close extra point. He goes, man, you have to concentrate and every play is different. You have all those guys at the sound of hut or hike or whatever the snap count, the call is, literally running at you. And you have to kick this ball through the upright. He goes, there's no such thing as a chip shot and no such thing as an easy kick. And I believe him.
I agree. We got to be a little bit more understanding. Bantry says, still have some concerns about the Bucs not having a greater sense of urgency to begin the game. I'm sorry, Bantry, but what does that even mean? You just want to just chuck it downfield, 7 deep passes on the first 7 plays? I mean, what does that mean?
That's going to be easy to defend when they figure out that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, what does that mean? They scored on the opening drive, did they not?
God, it's a tough crowd, man.
I know. Man. Tyke Smith might legit be our best player, says More Right Rudder. He's good. He blew up that running back on the way to the quarterback. Looked like freaking Reggie White. He's a tough son of a bitch. I love that guy. I love him. James says Bowles will have kickers in town today. He has missed more kicks this year than last season. Golly, guys. Relax. At some point, he's going to miss some kicks. It's just the way the world works.
Don't panic yet, guys. All right, come on.
Golly. Greg DeCruz says the Jets are awful and shouldn't come down to a field goal next week. No, it shouldn't. But listen, guys, if you think that there are any awful teams in this league that can't win, you just haven't watched this league.
Dolphins?
It happens every freaking week. I mean, come on, guys. Let's be a little bit more. I mean, we act like we're the freaking Chiefs here. Like, let's be a little bit more. This is a tough freaking league. The Jets can come in here and beat us. Guess what? We said the same thing about the 0-2 Broncos last year. Oh, Bo Nix, rookie quarterback, we're going to kick their ass. Yeah, and they end up going to the playoffs, and he ain't so bad. So I hope when I know the Bucs aren't taking the Jets lightly like you guys are.
And by the way, the demise of Tua may have been greatly exaggerated after a week as he goes 26 of 32 for 315 and 2 touchdowns in the loss to the Patriots. Yeah, I still don't think he's a good quarterback, but I'm just saying, man, anybody can show up in any given week.
Yes, absolutely. And
including Justin Fields.
NFL.
Including Justin Fields, so watch out.
That's right. I think he's also in concussion protocol.
He is.
James says, I'm not saying to cut Chase, but at least try a little motivation. Why do you think these guys aren't motivated to make kicks? You know what I would do with Chase McLaughlin? Leave him the hell alone. I wouldn't say a damn thing. I wouldn't bring in kickers. I wouldn't do a damn thing. I'd say,
don't even talk about it in the room.
I'd say let's inspect your balls and see what's going on with it. Have we done anything different to your footballs?
Careful. Can we word that differently?
No, I did it on purpose. I mean, seriously, let's check out all the different. We have a new holder. Is there anything going on there?
Right.
And we have new protocols for the balls. Should we check and see? Are we doing anything different? Are we inflating them more? Are we not rubbing them down a certain way? Like, what are we doing? To me, that's more of a thing than him suddenly being bad. Yes, over in one offseason, he became a horrible kicker. Come on, people. And what
by the way, with the Jets coming to town next week, would you rather have Justin Fields on the field or would you rather have Tyrod Taylor on the field? Because I'm not really sure right now.
Yeah, it's an excellent point. Tyrod Taylor comes in and wins games. I've seen that many times.
Super sub. Yeah, like Teddy Bridgewater. He's a super sub.
Scott Valdez adding something to the conversation positively. Can Teddy hold on place kicks? That's interesting. That's interesting.
You know what? It always used to be the backup quarterback, right? Like years ago, and like in our day, wasn't it always the backup quarterback? And at some point it shifted to the punter being the holder.
Right.
I don't know why.
Rick says it was ESPN. They tell him what to say. I'm surprised he didn't say no penalty and the guy is a fascist. Rick, you always make me laugh out loud.
LOL. Rick.
Yeah. It certainly. I'm not going to say that. All right. I'm biting my tongue. Greg the Crew says, except our punter thinks he can read Twitter before he punts. Jesus Christ. All right. A little bit more sense of urgency on the punting. Yes. I got you on that one, Joel.
You think he was tweeting as he was kicking the ball? Like he was trying to.
Joel says they had plenty of time to work on holds and kicks. F that excuse. God,
I mean, I kind of agree, Joel.
Brutal.
I kind of agree, Joel. I kind of.
Oh, you got out there and kick it, Joel. If it's so goddamn easy. All right, Chase. He says Chase will miss the next kick too. Mark it. All right, bet. All right, Joel, bet 6-pack on that one. All right.
Ooh, against the Jets.
Tino says I prepare my balls for maximum performance. Damn right you do, as you should.
By the way, if you've got low T,
retire. Says Mr.
If you've got low T, Bay Area Modern Medical Center can help you.
That's right. That's right. James says everyone on Get Up heads exploded with Brady in the booth and being a broadcaster. Come on, enough. Well, look, it's a thing. That's a thing. But I
be watching Get Up. Find your sports news elsewhere, sir.
Yeah. Tino says mad props to Rachaad White. He played big last night. I wasn't thrilled with the play calling. Hope it gets better. All right. I need you people to be specific about your play calling issues. All right. I'm going to watch the
just say it was bad. Today. Why was it bad?
I want you guys, like, when you think about bad play calls, is it just because the play didn't work? Because a lot of plays don't work in the NFL. They have a defense thing going on. Okay. So and you have a lot of mismatched offensive line stuff going on. So let's all right. So T. Knowles says, seems like a lot of slow developing plays downfield, which doesn't help a patchwork O-line against a good D front. Okay. That's a little bit more specific. Thank you, T. Knowles. I think for the most part, it was quick passing. I don't recall a whole lot of 7-step drop, but I may be wrong. So, yeah, I would have a problem with that. But I thought they ran the ball well. They mixed it up well. I thought maybe they could go a little bit more play action since the run game was working so well.
Yeah.
But again, play action, 7-step drop,
takes
outside
time.
Rush.
And if you play action into the direction where that pass rush is coming, you're dead. We saw it once, right. I think once or twice during the game that it happened, and it was bad.
Greg says, people bitching about play calling. Baker had under 2 seconds to throw. Ferocious pass rush with a secondary that is outstanding. Not sure what else can be done. I agree. Thank you. Thank you for some deference given to the Buccaneers here tonight. 2-0 Buccaneers. Mike H says Aikman said last night that the Bucs led the league for screen passes last year, and that's what the Texans try to take away from them. Yeah, Baker even mentioned it in post game that they tried to take the screen game away,
and they did.
Yeah, and I was 4 receiving yards short of Rachaad White hitting a 5 bet parlay, and he got the ball on one play, his last reception.
Yeah.
And a guy ankle tackled him.
Yep.
If he gets through that tackle, it's 10 yards at least. But I throw the ball more to Rachaad. If they're on the screen game, then just get him in the flat. Get him in the flat 1-on-1. I don't think we did that enough last night with Bucky and Rachaad. Maybe they were doing something to take that away, but that seemed like easy. That seems like easy money every week. Yeezy says, shout out Bowles and Grizz and his time manager that drive was a masterclass. Bowles didn't even give up CJ a snap to win the game. Yeah. You don't leave him any time.
And I feel like that doesn't happen last season.
Agreed. And Riveters is by the UFO Lap Dance Club. You are correct, Lonnie.
We've discussed that already.
If you're into that, you can enjoy both at the same parking space. Joel says about can't see, he's not a bust, but injury prone. Yeah, I think that's a better description of him.
Who is that?
Can't see.
Oh, Clyde can't. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe because he's undersized. as a defensive lineman.
You know who else can be said of that, or that could be said of right now in this day and age in the NFL? Joe Burrow.
Man,
that's rough.
I guess I shouldn't have drafted him as my quarterback in fantasy.
No, that was silly. I don't know why you did that.
Well, actually, I didn't. It was I was doing it. I was at the Bucs premiere trying to draft my team at the same time, and it was a little behind, and it auto drafted him for me.
FantasyDraftProxies.com, JP.
Which wasn't horrible, but especially since I had Jamar Chase. Yeah, I know. Hey, I should have thought about that. My bad. What else we got here?
JP, do you want to know where the Bucs are? Do you want to know where the Bucs are?
Mr. Smith says coach was playing 40 chess.
Yeah, we've got a delay here. My apologies.
The what? Go ahead.
Would you like to know where the Bucs are in today's
say it again?
In today's power rankings, NFL power rankings?
Whose power rankings?
This is Pro Football Network's power rankings.
What the fuck is Pro Football Network?
Oh, no, it's one of the sources I use quite a bit for some of my writings. They're pretty good. They're not they're better than some of the others for me. They're not biased. So I will read you. They are in the top 10, of course, rightfully so. They are at number 7, JP. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are behind them in the top 10. You have the Cardinals at 10, Commandos at 9, and the Rams at 8. Then you have the Bucs at 7. So the 6 teams in front of the Bucs, and let me know if you agree with this. I don't know that I have an issue with this. Chargers at 6, Ravens at 5, Lions at 4, Eagles at 3, Bills at 2, Packers at 1.
Yeah. 2 games in. Yeah. Seems about right.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with that at all.
No.
By the way, for those that are curious, the Kansas City Chiefs, number 13. The 0-2 Kansas City Chiefs.
I would agree with that. Douglas Batista says, Riveter's food is great. My kid loves the chicken tenders, hand battered, best fish tacos ever. Going again with my kid before the Saturday painful to watch Rays game. Thank you, Douglas Batista. I could not agree more. As I mentioned, I took my niece to lunch the other day. We had the Reuben sandwich. We split the Reuben and some wings. Oh, absolutely fabulous. Fabulous. All right. Anything else we need to get to? James, you got a lot in here, buddy. Yeah. All right. We shall see. Marty Aaron, I have not seen you in here. Says, I love the combination of Scott and Guy's great chemistry. Scott's awesome. He's great.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. That's
Scott's
why
good
we
with
bring him to
anybody.
you
Yeah.
each and every week. Okay. I'm not kidding. Some of these you can read on your own. I highly admit it. We get so many,
We appreciate
it. Joshua Porter says, welcome in. Have not seen you before. We have to get some edge pressure and sacks. Could not agree more. I mean, if we're going to, it's okay to criticize. I'm not saying you can't do that, but I think we've been a little rough on the boys today. But yes, edge pressure has got to be better, especially against that offensive line. 100% agree with that. And Andre All Day says, if the Buccaneers win this Sunday versus that, it'll be their very first win in the 76 white jersey. You are correct, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You are correct.
Cross your fingers.
All right. So Matthew Boyer, by the way, is going to join us in the Arrestus Estrada show. If you haven't, by the way, got to check out that podcast, and we're going to live stream it too. So it'll be like right after.
Are you sure? You sure you want to do that?
Yeah.
The last couple of times hasn't gone well in that, but go ahead.
You shut your dirty mouth. You're right, though. Yeah, maybe we'll tape it this time. Shut up. All right. Okay, I'm not a very good producer. All right, I can't do 50,000 things at once anymore. My brain can't handle it. All right, thank you guys for joining us on this great Victory Tuesday. We will, again, the Arrestus Estrada show coming up, maybe live, maybe not. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. You'll be able to listen and watch it later on today. I guarantee you that. So that's cool. And yes, you will have Matthew Bowers on the bookie to the stars and Ipe Otani's bookie. So incredible stories to tell. So we'll be bringing that to you on this show as well as we go through the week. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks to all our sponsors. Thanks to all you watching and commenting. Really appreciate you guys. The numbers have been great. If you want to advertise, JP at the jppetersonshow.com. If you want to invest, call Tim. He'll take your money. Have a great day, everybody.
Yeah.